Marriage is many things to many people. To some people, it is a necessary evil. To some people, it's a formal relationship in which a woman should give birth to children. To some people, it is a servant-master relationship. To some people, it is, let's just do it because everybody is doing it. But we are believers and the Bible rules our lives. Marriage is neither African nor Western. Marriage is biblical. Marriage is a gift of God and a gift from God to humanity. In the African culture, the core African culture, there is nothing called marriage. A woman is only sin. That is Eve, and when she sinned and never had. That's why a man can marry 5 wives, a man can marry 19 wives, a man can marry as many as possible, and when he feels like it, he can send any of them out. And I'm so sorry to say, it's pathetic that even though some men are born again, tongue talking, heaven bound, but they still need deliverance from that aspect of the African culture and mentality where the woman is nothing. And it's a pity that some of them are in ministry. If every time, please come, my sister. If every time you and your wife are going and you leave her behind, you need deliverance. You're always in the front, and the woman is running to catch up with you. I don't care how anointed you are, you need help. When last did you open the car door for your wife? When last did you wake up in the middle of the night and you woke your wife up to thank her for bearing with you? Who would have married you 15, 20, 25 years ago with all your idiosyncrasies? When last did you wake your wife up in the dead of the night? Not because you want sex, but to just say, I just want to thank you. You made life simple for me. You made ministry easy for me. I know you're not perfect, but I want to bless you today. When last did you leave a check under the pillow for your wife? Not her birthday, not wedding anniversary, just to thank her. When last did you finish having sex with your wife and you thanked her? Instead of can I be real? I'm going to quote the scriptures, but I'm not here to stand by pastors that don't know how to handle their wives. All they know is the book of Hebrews to the book of Zephaniah. Let's be real. You want to be successful in ministry, maybe you need to add this. A lot of pastors' wives are in pain. Because pastors can be polygamists. You are married to the church that Jesus gave you, and you're married to your wife. I remember reading about Yonggi Cho, one of his books. He said one day the Lord said to him, I'm going to take my bride from you because you don't know how to take care of your bride. When you look at the Bible, marriage was founded, quote and unquote, in the book of Genesis. The church was born in the book of Exodus, in the Old Testament. In the New Testament, the church was born when Jesus' body was pierced. But in the Old Testament, marriage preceded the church. Please listen to me. Few minutes that I have to spend with you today. I have prayed and I trust God that it will be about destiny. This is the order according to God's counsel. God first. You next. Your family life before the church or the business. Because, pastor, you will not sleep on the altar, all things being equal. If you don't take care of your home, there are pastors' children that don't want to serve their God. Because we do not know how to set these priorities in place. And can I shock you, like my husband would say, Don't die for the church. The person that could die for the church already died for the church. If you die for the church, you have only died in vain. And there is nobody that cannot leave your ministry. Don't be deceived. You are not El Shaddai, else you shall die. Sir, we'll be with you forever. We are here to stay. Lie. Tomorrow they will come and tell you they just gained admission to Australia. They are leaving. The only person that cannot leave you is your spouse. Even your children will leave. They'll go get married. Recently I was walking through our house and I said, why did we even build this big house? What were we thinking about Jesus? These children, they are gone. Canada, America, this one, where are they? That's the truth. And I'm going to show you an illustration. Whether you are a pastor, whether you are married or not, I'm talking to you today. Please, plan for the evening of your life so that you will not be lonely. And as pastors, we need to think, because sometimes it can be a thankless job. You kill yourself, you labor, you study. You think it's easy to preach for 1 hour. Did you see how many times your GO wiped his face when he was preaching? Just to bless you. Those things, he already knows them. If he doesn't tell us, he's fine. He's doing. We see God in his life. But just to bless us. Did you see the way he was sweating? Scientists have discovered that what he just did for 1 hour is like you are carrying cement and loading it in the trailer. That's why it is evil for you to dishonor your pastor. It is unkind. Daddy, where are you? I'm at the hospital. My daughter is dying. Daddy wanted to sleep with mommy. Generator just packs up. Pim, he's running to go and meet you there. You know what I mean by generator? And yet some of you will still abuse the mommy. Some of you will still abuse the pastor. Some of you will still talk against their children, laboring with their lives. And you'll be abusing them with your fingers or with your mouth. It's evil. It's unfair. Because if he had been working for Shell or Chevron, will he not have access to the things that he has access to? And then you think it's church money. Rubbish. Let's not even go there. So please, set the priorities. These are the 5 most important things in your life. Number 1, God. Number 2, you. You are not inferior to anybody. God is the most important. God did not create a world in which he will not be needed. There is a vacuum in the heart of every human being that is God-shaped. Only God can fill it. Therefore, I don't want to assume. If you are not yet born again, give your heart to Jesus. And when I'm closing, I'll be privileged to lead you to Calvary today. That's the most important thing that can happen to you. I got born again 44 years ago. The only regret I have is I wish I had been born again in my mother's womb. That is when your true life starts. God is the most important. Number 2 is you. Job chapter number 12 and verse number 3. What you know, I am not inferior to you. Job chapter 13 and verse 2. You can't forget that. Job 12:3, Job 13:2. What you know, I am not inferior to you. You are not inferior to anybody. You are primary to you. I'm taking you somewhere. You are primary to you. If you understand that, you will not marry an unbeliever as a believer. If you understand that, you will not go ahead to marry someone that slapped you while you were in courtship. If you understand what I'm talking about, you are primary to you. Every other relationship is secondary. Low self-esteem is a sickness. Your background does not mean your back should be on the ground. It doesn't matter how you were born. That's not what is important. Not at all. As the head girl in my secondary school, for 2 weeks I would not be able to go to school because of less than $1. Look at it today. I don't even know how many children I'm sponsoring in school. So the point is, when you meet with the Lord Jesus Christ, he turns the ladder around. Don't sacrifice your life on the altar of marriage. It is not marriage that completes anybody. Hear me very well, and it is not heresy. If you are an incomplete human being, You will meet and marry an incomplete human being, and you will have an incomplete marriage. What is important, more important in marriage, is for you to be the right person.